Hi, welcome. Thanks for clicking. This topic kind of goes with kind of a companion piece to the last topic I uploaded, which is why I don't like rejection. And this particular topic is something that I've been thinking about over the last several months and stuff as I've been single for, well, I don't even want to say. Here, let me just say it. I haven't had a girlfriend in over 10 years. And like I say, the winter of like January 2011 till like April 2011, that was the friend with benefits situation that I had, and where I was seeing a customer and doing more than just seeing the customer, but friend with benefits situation. So, you know, luckily I've seen some action more recently than uh, 12 years ago. But I've only had one girlfriend, which was like, which lasted, I think, 3.5 years, and that ended in 2003. So I haven't had a girlfriend in over 10 years. So I've had one girlfriend. And did I say what the title of this? Did I say? I generally like to say it even though you can see the title. The title of this video is the advantages. I don't think I did. The advantages of being single, which is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. And especially when I was working and stuff, and you'd see interaction between couples and stuff, and it's just like some of the more sour moments that it kind of reminds you of what it was like to be in a relationship, and you're like, oh yeah. Whenever you see that, you kind of like, God, then you kind of feel grateful that you're single. Generally, for me, obviously, being single for 10 years, over 10 years, you kind of are in this mindset of, you're missing all the good stuff. And you don't really think about you're also missing out on the bad stuff. But to try to keep myself from being too unhappy about being eternally single, and maybe for the rest of my life, which this video will showcase the advantages of that. When you've been single for so long, it's kind of like, in order to avoid going nuts or completely just being mopey and stuff, you pretty much have to, evaluate your situation and look at the positives or the benefits. And I gotta tell you, having done that over the course of the last several months and years, there's a lot of advantages about being single. Especially watching, just thinking up any topic I can possibly think of and typing it on YouTube, like he cheated on me. I like to, search up women. There's this one woman who's like all weepy and stuff, and she just found out that her husband cheated on her and stuff. So I just like to search that and see the female, the female aspect of what it's like. I wasn't cheated on, or at least not that I know of. So, but over the months and stuff, you try to think of topics. You want to see people talk about stuff, and I type in like, we're getting divorced and all this kind of stuff, just to see people, the unfortunate pain and all the misery and sorrow that people are going through out there because of relationships. And so I don't have this written down or anything like that, but I'll just say what I can think of on camera. I mean, one of the biggest advantages of being single is you can't really be, not really, you cannot be cheated on. I mean, no one can cheat on you if you're not going out with anyone, of course, is one of the advantages of being single. You don't have to, like, I'm a particular person, and this is one of the reasons I don't really have friends. It just is because a lot of people morph who they are to fit into with their friends. And of course, I kind of did that a little bit, or maybe more than a little bit, when I had a girlfriend. It's just like, but I was younger, in my early 20s and early to mid 20s and stuff. So I don't know. And it was also like the first girlfriend, so it was kind of like, you make sacrifices for whatever. But at this point, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, from here on out, I mean, I'm not interested in in really changing myself. I mean, I like who I am, and my interests are my interests, and I'm not really at this point, or ever, I don't foresee it ever changing with me. I'm not willing to change who I am, or any part of who I am, or change my interests, or anything for someone else, you know. So another advantage, which is just, you know, you can just be yourself. You don't have to worry about, you know, I don't know, what your girlfriend thinks of you. I don't know. Not that I don't think I cared about that. That's more kind of like a dating, first several dates thing or something. I don't know what the hell. But I'm just saying that if you're not dating anyone or going out with anyone, there's no pull from anyone, you know, to pull you in their direction or try to change you, or, you know, like Napoleon Dynamite when that guy was internet chatting with this woman, black woman, who showed up, and all of a sudden at the end of the movie he's decked out in just ghetto and gangster gear and stuff, and saying ghetto gangster jargon and stuff. I mean, that's an extreme example of how, you know, a significant other can and will you know, change you, you know. And I don't really want to be changed. I mean, I like myself, you know, how I am, you know. So that pressure of being, you know, having someone try to push you to do things you don't want, or change, you know, dress how you don't want, or anything, you know, push you towards anything, a worldview, a philosophy, a religion, you know, anything is not there when you're single, you know. I don't know. I mean, I guess another advantage of being single is just there's no drama, you know. I mean, there's no, when I had a girl, you know, I only had one girlfriend, but it was 3.5 years, and it was enough to obviously get a sample of just like, well, the goods and the bads. I mean, just when you get in them arguments where they're completely wrong and you're not willing to budge and shit like that, and you have to budge if you want to, I don't know, just that probably goes under the same thing of the last thing I said, which is, you know, changing your philosophy or worldview, or I don't know, just having to cave to the woman. And I don't know, maybe I'll do another one of these down the road where I can think of, after I think of more advantages to being single. I guess I should have written more, or written some down instead of just doing one or two, but you get the idea. I mean, there are advantages to being single, and one of the biggest ones, which of course I already covered, is you can't be cheated on, which is really great. And you don't have to worry. I don't really trust people, and you don't have to worry if you're going to be cheated on. Also, the two women I've been intimate with have been the ones, as I've said before, who have broken off the relationship. So another advantage to it is, I mean, when you're going out with someone, you are really at their mercy, is what it boils down to. You know, I mean, so when you're single, no one can dump you. So that's another advantage. Because if I ever did, I've thought about this for years, if I ever was fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, whatever way you want to look at it, to ever get a girlfriend again, I've always thought, God, because the last two experiences I had with women, I was the one who was kicked to the curb, if you will. I don't know if I'd, you know, even be able to have a third relationship, because I'd just be waiting for the call or the email or the text saying, you know, and my girlfriend dumped me over the phone, and the friend with benefits situation dumped me via text. So I'd just be waiting for the text or the email saying, you know, just out of the blue for no fucking reason, we're done. You know, and what kind of way to live is that? Just, you know, worried that you're going to lose at any fucking moment for no reason this relationship. So I thought of another thing right there at the end. So maybe this video is good enough to upload, but I'm sure there's tons more of advantages of being single, just not having to bend your lifestyle, I guess, and bend who you are to try to fit someone else into your life, I guess, is just one of the biggest advantages to being single. So if you guys are single out there, or you girls, or you whatevers, you know, try to remember that there are advantages to it, and, you know, It's not all bad. As a matter of fact, you know, maybe it's all good. I don't know, but it's at least partially good. So I think we'll end it right there. So thank you very much for watching, and you can be sure to catch me on my next video.